When I started Simplilearn, it was more like my experiment with online, because before that I was not that much into online. Even though I was into software product business, but I was not doing a lot of online stuff. So I got to know about the whole world of blog, forums and all that, and I started writing a blog on project management. Meanwhile, I was also trying to find out what else I can do, right? And that was a period when I exited from my previous venture. So that got acquired by another company, and I was looking for some opportunity to do. So this blog was more like part-time, and in the meantime, I was looking at some opportunities to like pursue as a next step in my career. But I realized that this blog started getting a lot of interest. Then I was like quite surprised that how come is that project management really such a popular topic? Because I was also not that much convinced that it's such a big market. Okay? Then I attended some PMI conferences during that time, and I looked at the turnaround was like almost 3,000 people in Bangalore alone. I was surprised that okay, wow, are so many people interested in this as a field. So, and that's the time I got to know about PMP exam prep also being a good market. So while I was writing the blog, I created a training material for PMP participants, self-learning audio video content. So it was not a recorded content, it was more like there's a PPT with the graphics, and then there's a background voice that explains that. Okay. Created everything, and I hosted that also on the same blog, completely free. That also became very popular. So in fact, and then when people started going through that content, they wanted some kind of doubt clarification kind of session. I started that also. So I started doing 2 classes a week. One for US audience and one for Indian and Middle East audience. All these things were free. I did this for about 6 months. There was no one in the system, so I got this blog hosted, and a couple of features to be added through an outsourced company. The WebEx class I was doing it. The self-learning material I created myself. The recording and the e-learning stuff again I outsourced to someone, e-learning company which put everything together, and then I hosted it online. So during that period, September 2009 to March 2010, in that process I trained about 3,000 people. Okay, and only person in the entire org was like me. The company also was not registered. Okay, so it was happening everything on my personal need. In April 2010, I got it registered as a entity, Simplilearn Solutions Private Limited, and then I started looking at ways to commercialize, because there was already a lot of interest. Meanwhile, I also got feedback from people that if you want to do this as a free service, it's not a scalable. So why don't you put donate button on your site, like how Apache works or how somebody else, people will start donating money, and then you'll have enough resources to do this thing for other courses as well. And I realized that I can itself make it a commercial venture. I was anyway looking for something to do more commercially. And that's where I started hiring people. So I had 2-3 guys from my end. So again, my previous experience was that you hire less number of guys, but hire good guys. So I hired 2-3 guys from my end, and when they came on board, one of them had a very good idea that why are we doing this only online? Let's do it blended. So let's do some training online and let's do some classroom, preferably on weekends, so that it doesn't disturb anything. Okay. So we started our blended public workshop programs starting April 2000. Okay. First month we did about 1 training in Bangalore, and the feedback that we got was pretty good. Like people are happy that this blend is working out. So after doing this one workshop in Bangalore in the first month, next month we tried in 4 cities. So we tried Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai and Hyderabad. We were able to do 3 successfully. The 4th one we didn't get enough participants, but 3 we went successful. So then we realized that okay, this model is going to work. We started adding more people, started adding more cities. By the end of first year itself, we started doing everywhere in India. We added Dubai and Singapore also as a market. We did a couple of classes there as well. So when we started with almost 0 in the first month. In 12 months, we were already doing about $100,000 in monthly revenue. So then we realized that okay, let's look at venture finance also maybe, so that we get more confidence. We approached Kalari and the first. So very rarely happens that you meet first VC and then there's a connect. So, but it happened with us with Kumare. I think in another 5-6 months we closed the transaction. Then again started looking at expanding heavily in the US market. Okay, so that we did for next 1 year. And Then we started looking at other markets, started adding a lot of new courses, hiring new team members. And last 3 years we have been growing like almost 300 to 400% year-on-year growth, including this year also.